Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm going to be doing a first impression on this Makeup Revolution foundation stick. Now, I've heard mixed reviews about this and I definitely wanted to try it just because I don't own a foundation stick in my collection yet. And to be honest, creams don't really go well on my skin. I have very oily and textured skin, and so I just thought, like, why not? Why not try it on my face? I've heard it's really good for oily skin, and I've actually heard the complete opposite. So why not try it out for myself, especially since I don't own a stick foundation. And now, I bought this at Ulta, and it retails for $9. I don't remember what the color selection was, but they had like about 20, I would say 20 shades. I didn't see what the deepest shade was, but it did look like they had a lot of shades, well, a lot of variety. Now, when I did purchase this, I also did purchase these other two Makeup Revolution items, which of course at Ulta, you can always catch a great deal to get, very cheap products. And now what I did use to prime my face is my usual go-to items. It's my Smashbox Primer Water and as well as my Wet n Wild mattifying primer. Now, I know for sure that if I use these two combined, that it can control my oiliness. So if it's too excessive, then unfortunately the foundation is not going to work for me. And so looking on the website, it does give you kind of tips on how to apply. It says you can use your fingers, brush, or a beauty sponge. So what I'm going to do is just do half of my face with a brush and the other half with the beauty sponge. And so this is a pretty good match for me. Right off the bat, it is pretty creamy, very creamy, as you can tell. Like, it probably will dissolve in my face, but mirror. And so the type of texture that my skin does have is that I do have a lot of bumps, well, texture on the top of my cheeks, and as well, I'm very oily and I have some discoloration going on in around my mouth area. And so typically, I know for sure when it comes to a foundation, I don't technically go for full coverage, so I know I'm gonna have to use concealer, especially under my eyes, because I have very dark circles. So the first I'm gonna go in is with this Morphe brush to blend it out. So on the other side, I'm gonna see how it blends out with a beauty blender. And so with the beauty blender, it is blending out. It's actually thinning out the foundation with the beauty blender. It feels less thick on this side, but also it doesn't have as much coverage as this other side does. But to be honest, I kind of like the way that the beauty blender side feels. So I'm just gonna even it out. But if you do want more coverage, definitely use the brush. And so just looking at it up close, for some reason it did catch on to a lot of dryness that I have on my nose, which I didn't even know. But I mean, so this is how the foundation looks. Again, It does look a little bit lighter on camera, but it doesn't look that light in real life. So I am gonna have to fix my brow, but it did even out my skin tone, of course, and then it did also, what I'm seeing, catch on to a lot of dryness that I have on my nose. And then the texture, it kind of looks the same. Well, actually, if you have dry skin, I don't recommend this because I typically don't have as much as dry skin as this thing does, as this foundation is emphasizing on. But I guess we'll try it out. But yeah, like I said, I guess I had dry skin right here and it catched onto it, and as well as my nose. So what I'm gonna do is finish off my face and then I'll be back. And now to set the foundation, I'm gonna be using my NYX mattifying primer. Priming spray. I wouldn't be truly giving it a fair shot if I don't use that spray. So I will be updating you guys throughout the day and letting y'all know how this foundation is holding up. Like I said, so far, right off the bat, I don't recommend this foundation if you have dry skin. If you are insecure about your pores, I don't recommend it either because I have large pores in my cheek area. And well, for me personally, I don't use any type of pore filler just because having my pores showing up is not really a concern for me. But again, if you are a type of person that you don't like for your pores to show, then I don't recommend this foundation either. So far, it does look really pretty on the skin, especially for being a cream foundation. But I guess we'll truly know if it lasts throughout the day since I am very oily. Now for today's weather, it is very humid outside. It does look like it's gonna rain. So we'll see how it holds up also as well in this Texas humidity weather. Again, I will update you guys throughout the day and let y'all know how this foundation holds up. Hey guys, so this is the first check-in. It is about 5:45 in the afternoon. I've had this foundation on for about 4 hours, and so far it is holding up pretty strong, especially considering my oily face. I do notice that I do need to powder my nose and of course a little bit on my forehead, but nothing too drastic. My not contour because I don't. My bronzer and blush and highlight is of course still on there, and I haven't noticed the creasing that normally happens on my smile lines. It's not as drastic as it sometimes tends to be, so I'm pretty impressed with that. I do apologize about the lighting. I'm in my restroom and it's cloudy outside, so you can't see normally where I film, but I did want to get this check-in. I am going to powder my face because with every single foundation that I have, minus the LA Girl Pro Matte, I always have to powder my foundation. So considering that I have to do that, it's not eliminating the fact that I actually do really like this foundation and I'm actually gonna keep it because I do like how it also photographs and looks in pictures. I haven't tested out like how it looks when I take a picture of the foundation, so I probably will do that and I'll update you on the next check-in. So we'll see how this foundation holds up in a couple more hours. Alright guys, so this is the last check-in. It is currently about 8 o'clock at night, and given that I've had this foundation on for about almost 11 hours, and it being a cream foundation has holded up very well. I do apologize about the lighting, but of course it's dark out. I don't have a ring light, so this is as best as it's gonna get in my restroom. But I did use some of my Clean and Clear blotting sheets just for the nose area and as well as my forehead. I thought I was recording, but I wasn't. So y'all missed out on that nastiness. Given how the foundation is a cream, I give it 2 thumbs up, especially how well it hold it up. I mean, you can still see my highlight and some of my blush. I would say some of the bronzer has like faded away, but it's not terribly bad. I can still see my eyeshadow. Of course, my brows have not drastically wiped off or smudged off. So like I said, I do give this foundation 2 thumbs up. But I do want to let you know, if you do have dry skin, I do not recommend this foundation, just because you can still see some of the flakiness going on my nose. I do have some peeling of getting sunburnt, so I can only imagine if you have, dry skin around your chin or your cheek area, how I normally get during the winter time. I know for sure I won't be using that foundation. So that is for today's review, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you want to see any other product reviewed, and I can definitely get a video up for you guys. Leave the suggestions down below in the comment section. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share my video. We'll see you next time.